What happens when the person reading your energy tells you something that you already knew, but never had the guts to say out loud? Quick heads up before we get into this one. It sounds a little bit different than what you're used to here. That is because it is a little bit different. This was recorded live on Substack in real time with people watching and commenting as it happened. That's the new rhythm going forward. So the first of the month, I will give you the somatic theme of the month. And then mid-month, we are going to go live on Substack first. So if you want to be in the room when that happens, that is where you need to be. Come find me on Substack. Hi. Are we ready? Welcome back, everyone. Last month, we talked all about imposter syndrome, how we navigate it, how we start to flip it. This month, we're talking about confidence. So it only makes sense that I bring in the master, Jen Kohler. She's a numerologist by trade and the most kick-ass business mentor I have met in a very long time. I've been working with her for a couple of months, and it has pretty much rocked my world in the most amazing way. And I really, really just enjoy my time with her. And then also, before we dive in, I want to share one more thing with you, and that is for 3 minutes. 3 minutes, $7. The nervous system check-in is live right now on my website, www.drtanyab.com/check-in, all one word, check-in. If you have been meaning to try it, stop meaning to. It's $7. Do it before you press play on the rest of this. Okay, are you ready? Let's get to it. My friend, not broken, disconnected. That's what I keep coming back to, because most of us are walking through life thinking that we need to fix ourselves, do more, be better, when really we've just gotten disconnected from who we are. Welcome to Mindset Medicine. I am Dr. Tanya Berfield, speaker, mindset strategist, and someone who believes that real change happens when we bring together science, soul, somatics, and a dash of hippie woo. This podcast is all about coming back to yourself, about learning how to know yourself, trust yourself, align your life, and lead with confidence, integrity, and real power. Some weeks, it's just you and me, diving into mindset shifts, nervous system work, and the patterns that keep us stuck in overthinking, overfunctioning, and burnout. Other weeks, I'm sitting down with people who are doing something just a little bit better than we are, whether that is leadership, parenting, money, health, or just how they're showing up in their lives. Not because they have it all figured out, but because they have found something that works, and we get to learn from that. So if you have been feeling overwhelmed, stuck, or like you are doing everything right, but something still feels off, my friend, you are in the right place. Hello, everyone. So I have a special guest with me tonight. This will be my podcast in a couple of days, but for tonight, it is a Substack Live. And so with me, I have one of my new favorite people in the entire world. I've been working with Jen for a couple of months, and it has rocked my world in the most amazing way. And so it only makes sense that we talk to her in terms of what we're talking about this month. So last month, we talked all about imposter syndrome and how we navigate that and sort of start to flip it. And this month, we're talking about confidence. And so how do we move from imposter syndrome into confidence? And so it makes sense that we talk to Jen Kohler, who is a numerologist by trade, and also the most kick-ass business mentor I have met in a very long time. So hi, Jen. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Hello. Thank you so much for having me on. And thank you for that intro.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, always. So there's a little bit of a lag time. I know that you're getting a storm, so we will make the best of it and see what happens. Oh, there she is. Okay, we're good. We'll make it work. So we're talking about confidence. So first of all, let's just talk about, like, I gave you that intro and I talked about what it is, or what at least I would title you as doing, knowing what you did for me over the last couple of months and what we're planning on doing for the next couple of months. Why don't you just give us a little take on what you do and how you do it?
Okay. So I have been in the healer field, so in the healing arts for over 20 years. I had my own massage therapy business. I have that had a Reiki business, and I had brick and mortar. And then I moved online about a decade ago. When I moved online a decade ago, I was like all in, and I was like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. I'm going to bring my healing arts to the online space, and there's millions and billions of people that I can talk to. And I hired my first business coach, and I realized very quickly that I had a lot of work to do, a lot of inner work to do. And so I started doing it. I just dove in head first. I am like an evolution kind of a gal. I love to evolve. I love to look at my own shit and just like pay attention to what it is, to face it, to feel it, and then to free myself from it. I love that. I love to look at that. And so I hired a business coach who happened to be a friend of mine. And she was like, oh man, girl, you got a lot of work to do. And I was like, okay, God. Okay. So I dove in and I started doing tapping and, just really doing the inner work and realizing that even though I had already done so much work and that I was the most confident person that I knew, that now I was online with all of these other people, and I had to really dive into my own frequency and my own vibration and really learn how to land into what does it mean to be confident online? What does it mean to speak in front of people? How do I do that? I used to like put on makeup and like get all ready and spend all day waiting to push that freaking live button on Facebook, and then I wouldn't even do it. Or if I did, I would do a live, and I look back now and they were actually really good. I was actually really pretty good, but I was so nervous. And so really had to land into that. So, gosh, did I even answer your question?
Well, you talked about how you got started. So what are you doing now?
So what am I doing now? Thank you. Sorry. I'm like, wait, squirrel. So what am I doing now? So now, a decade later, I don't really do healing work anymore. I have gone all in on healers in business. I'm obsessed with healers making money, and I am obsessed with helping healers to see their vision, to lead themselves fully, authentically, and really in a raw way, and then to take focused action. And that is the abundant healer method right there. That is like the thing I love the most. And I use numerology. I use Astro Egyptian numerology, which is cardology, and I use regular Pythagorean numerology as well to read people and to help them to build their business in a really authentic way.
Mm. Yeah, you do. So I will tell you, you know my story, but let's share some of these pieces with everybody else. I have spent the last 5 years knowing that I have a calling, knowing there's something I'm supposed to be doing, that it is not just my normal, like everyday career, the thing I've been working on, but also trying to figure out how do I serve people, in particular around connection and direction and healing and those sorts of things. And I have been spinning this drain for 5 years trying to figure it out. I met with you, and very quickly, like, I had an idea, there was a lens, there was a concept, but once I met with you, you read the cards, you gave me what I would call a blueprint. You have a different name for that report. But man, did it clarify things for me in a way that I have not had clarity before. And it was almost like permission too, right? Like, I've been trying to figure out how to do this and not feeling confident in it. And you gave me permission to do it and have pushed me to step outside of my own box on several occasions where I thought this was my niche. And you're like, no, that's not quite it. It's much larger than that. And stop putting yourself in a box, because there are actually a lot more people that need your message and need your work. And for me, that has been just incredible. And so you took me from a place of, I even said to you in one of our recent calls, like, I just feel like I'm making this up. Like, there's no reality here. I'm making it up, and like, just, it's never going to happen. And you were like, yeah, welcome to entrepreneurship. That's what we do. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. But it turns it around. It gives you the confidence to believe in yourself so that you can step fully into to that, right? Like
Yes.
that's the thing that I found to be so amazing. And I think it comes from the permission, it comes from the clarity, just comes from somebody else holding space for you and saying, you're not making this up. This is a thing that you're meant to do, that you were brought here to do. So go do it.
Yes. 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 And that is why I love the numerology, because
Mm,
it's not just me telling you that. Like I can tell you all day
mhm,
long. But when I read
yeah,
your field and read your numerology, like it gives you this beautiful permission to step into who you really came here to be. Not someone
mhm,
different, but who you came here to
yeah,
be, who your soul like decided to like be on this planet. And like to me, that is like it has given me the most confidence. It's like outstanding. I love
mm,
it so much. I love all
yeah.
of that.
It's amazing because I think there is a lot of modalities. We've talked about I can line a wall with all of my certificates.
Hmm.
There are a crap ton of modalities behind my name, but
Hmm.
numerology was not something I was necessarily drawn to do. Like I enjoyed it. I liked having it read for me, just just like astrology, just like moon cycles, just like all of it. I'm drawn to it. But when I saw your report, I was like, oh, there is something here that is informational and then affirmative in a way that I think would help anyone that is working through any process, any challenge, any roadblock, any trauma. Like there's something to be said about how do you navigate your life knowing this information about yourself.
Hmm. Hmm. It's so good. So good.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. In terms of confidence, did you ever struggle with not having confidence? Did it
Mm,
just come naturally to you?
so I would say that I was always a relatively confident human. Um, and I didn't really I was pretty shy though as a young kid, and, like, when I got
Mm,
older,
mhm,
I went through leadership programs and things like that, and that gave me a lot of confidence. So I think I'm a naturally confident person.
yep,
I think it's really learning how to cultivate it though, like, not to just blurt things out
mhm,
and not to just randomly say anything, but, like, to have the inner
mhm,
language to be able to stand with a group of people or in a group of people and say the thing that you're really thinking and really mean it and have the language
mhm,
around it, like I said. So like I think that that's something I had to really cultivate within myself. Yes, I'm naturally like pretty extroverted. I'm always going to go first. If I get on a call with a coach, I'm always like, "Oh yeah, no, me, I'm going to go." Like
me,
I
me.
really like to hear myself talk, okay?
I just really like the attention that I get.
Totally, and I'm like, "But I have something important to talk about, and I actually am going to talk about it."
Yep,
But I think I had to I mean, I
mhm,
think some of that was natural, and then some of it was cultivated, but also there's something to
mhm.
be said about this perimenopausal journey too. Like, I'm 52 and I
Oh,
have, like, 0
girl.
fucks left to give, I'm kinda like,
Yep,
when am I
mhm,
gonna, like, live my life? Am I gonna hold on again? I'm gonna wait for, like, another few more minutes? No, it's time
yes.
now. It's time.
It's time. It's time. That has been my motto for this year. I am right here with you. People that are familiar with me know a little bit about this story, but when I turned 50, everything changed for me. Like I internally had confidence, but I couldn't display it. There was a time over the last not within the last couple of years, but before that, that I couldn't speak publicly. If I did, I would pass out. Like I could not get air in my lungs. I stood at a national conference in front of 100 people and had to walk out of the room while I was supposed to be presenting because I couldn't do it. And then I went and gathered myself and I came back in and I did it. But man, it was so hard to get past that. And then, like, once it happens, then it starts to become like you start to manifest it over and over and over again.
Right.
And I just had to get to the point that I'm not doing this anymore. This is not how I get to behave. I am better than this. I have faith in myself. I know the information. There is zero reasons that I should be behaving this way. And so I just had to start working myself through that. And then what happened is I turned 50. And when I turned 50, It was like the crone came to life, and I
Yeah.
don't give a shit when anybody has to say because I know things and I know how to do those things. And boundaries are different. And then also there was some energy Reiki training that happened around that time too. And so I became the person, like, this is what I feel like. I became the person I was supposed to be. I have my confidence. I know what I'm talking about. And there is no reason I shouldn't be shouting this from the rooftops. And I know my job is to be present for you. It is to hear you. It is to support you, and it is to get you connected to whatever it is you need. And so 50 and that perimenopause thing changed my life. Absolutely changed my life.
Mm-hmm. I love all of that.
Awesome. So I want to bring this back a little bit to the blueprint that you did for me, because you said something in that blueprint that also was just significant to me. And so it was something, I have it written down here, so I want to make sure I get it right. Let's see. It was about the Jack of Diamonds card. So a card that was in my chart. And it says that this is an initiation into being fully sold on yourself, not performing confidence, actually believing in your bones that what you carry changes people, which is so funny because that's exactly what I just got done saying. But talk about like when a card like that lands for somebody and then how that can, how they need to learn to work with that.
Yeah, so there's polarity in each card, right? So each card has a low side and a high side, right? And so when I'm thinking about the Jack of Diamonds and how that's going to land for someone on any given day, it's going to land however it needs to land for you in that moment. And then you'll take away whatever you need to take away from it. And then you'll read it again and you'll be like, oh, but now I really understand how that's going to land. So that's something that I think is interesting about the cards. Like I read the cards on a daily basis, a regular basis. I read my chart on a regular basis. And I nearly on a daily basis take something new away from it because I'm different. My cellular structure is shifting and changing. And the mantras that I give myself or the information that I receive from the cards is always in the moment. It's always in the now. And that is something that I really appreciate and love about the specific style of numerology that I read and the way that I read it, because it's also coming from me and my intuition is fucking amazing, right? Like the way I read the cards, I don't memorize these cards. Like I am intuitively intuiting the cards as they come through. But there are certain little things that come through about each card that you do like memorize a little bit. The Jack of Diamonds. Any Jack is like an absolute initiation. Okay. The low side is being like a playboy, like being overly like flippant about something. The high side is like, I'm literally allowing myself to be initiated into the next level of who I came here to be. And the Jack of Diamonds is one of my most favorite cards because it says, how sold are you on you? How sold are you on the work that you do? How sold are you on the program that you're trying to sell? You're trying to sell this program and you're like, it's fine. It's cool. It's something that you're not doing that. You're not sold on it, right? Like you're not going to be able to sell it to people because you're not like, oh my God, I'm embodied. Like this is what I understand so deeply now as a healer is that if you're not embodied in the work that you're doing, that's why I always tell my clients, my healers, be as embodied as you most possibly can in the work that you're doing. Be your own best client. Because if you're not, then no one's going to believe you regardless of your confidence, right? Like you can have all the confidence in the world, but if you're not embodied, I think confidence is embodiment. Confidence is like living the stuff that you say that you're doing and like being it and becoming it and walking the walk and talking the talk. Like this is how we exude confidence. And the Jack of Diamonds, I just love that card. Yeah. Our lag is real good.
I know it's okay. It's okay. And I know it, like the walking the talk thing, like, of course we all talk about that, but you have to have faith and you have to do it. So here's like another anecdote from what you sent me, back in April, and we've been working through, is one of the things that you said to me in this report and then in our meeting was that I was building all of these things over May, June, and July. And
Mhm.
then there are some time pieces in there. But you said to me in July, do not be so busy that it doesn't land for you. And I thought that that meant that it was about joy, and it was about, because I spend a lot of time very focused on the work that I do, and not allowing myself to do like the things that are creative and fun and playful. And so when I read this report and when we talked, I really thought this was going to be about me taking time, especially in July, summer. I love to be outside. I like to play with the kids. It was about just taking the time to be creative and to have that freedom. And then also there's an abundance in that, right? Like spend time with relationships and family and the love and all the things that come with that. But what I just realized today, because this morning I reread this report and knowing that like July 1st, I was trying to turn on my new website. That was. And then since then, so it's the 20th, I spent the next 10 days trying to get like the funnels and the logistics and the forms and all of the things set up. And it wasn't until today that I was like, I'm not selling anything on my website because it's broken and I have got to do it. And so when I sat down to do my own energy work, I was like, what do I need to release? There's something that's happening here. It's about this thing. And I know what it's about. It's about my ego because I'm a pain in my own ass. And so I realized that what was happening was I was not getting out of my own way, which is what you told me to do. Stop being so busy that you don't let things land the way they're supposed to be landing. And so I cleared that right off of myself this morning. And do you know what I did? I got that whole freaking website built and running, and everything is functional top to bottom today after 20 days of fighting with this.
Yes.
Oh.
Can I share the energy of the day with you?
Please do.
So today, I think maybe a lot of people may have felt very similar to what you felt, which is the Eight of Clubs and the One. So the Eight of Clubs is getting out of the prison that is your mind.
Oh, there it is. It worked.
Right. And then
I couldn't find it better.
the One is all new beginnings, like it was like fresh energy today. I'll tell you what, I was like,
Yep.
was like, oh, I feel like a new person. Was amazing. But I think that
Yes.
you spoke that so beautifully about what was in the chart and how you let it land for you today, right?
Mhm. Yep. And it's funny because like I had a family wedding on Saturday. I think you saw one of the pictures of me with my little chicken purse from my grandbaby who insisted I carry that around, and I was happy to do that. But that means a lot of time with family who I adore, but you know what that can be like. And so it was a lot of energy. It was a lot of people, and it was a lot of family, and there are a lot of dynamics that happen there. And yesterday I was planning on doing a lot of this work and I couldn't. I needed to recover from the energy. And so I went to bed feeling a little bit down about myself and not proud of where I was in the moment, but also knowing I had today to start like reworking on some of these things. And by tonight, I'm super excited. And so, and also you like, these are the things that I always am talking about, ease and grace, because it's going to happen. It will happen in the right time if you take consistent action. And so that's where it's fine. We're going to get there. It just isn't maybe in the, timeline that I wanted it to be, because I come in hot no matter what I'm doing. I'm going to do it fast and it's going to be good. And so I'm realizing also after going through menopause, it doesn't always work like that. And I don't have the energy for all of that anymore. And so we do it the way we do it. And that's okay. It's perfectly fine. And what that does for my confidence is so much different than if I had barreled through that and did it half-assed and didn't really like what I had accomplished the first time.
Yes. Yes. It's knowing yourself, right?
Yes. Yes. Means everything. All right. I want to read a card for you because that's what I do here. So is there anything in particular that, like any topic that we want to talk about, or challenge, barrier, roadblock, anything you got going on?
Okay. So today I asked so I have a membership, right? And I love this membership and I love the concept of it. And it's going, like it's growing. And
Yep.
today I asked myself a question. No. Oh, I thought I lost
You're
you.
still
Sorry.
there.
I got a little
I hear
dramatic. I
you.
was like, okay, you're back. I'm back. Here I am. Okay, I asked myself a question, and oh my God, that's so funny. So, okay, so my query is, okay, so my membership is for healers, and then the question is, why am I doing it? Like, why am I doing it? Who is it for?
Mm,
And like, what do I want? What do I want it to do for me? Like, I know what I want to do for my
yeah.
clients, but how do I want it to
Mhm.
support me? And what does it look like in my business? So that is the question I
Yes.
bring to the table.
That's also beautiful. I had a membership for a short period of time, and the way I was doing it then is not what I would do now. And it just ran me down. Like I was exhausted all the time because I wasn't doing it for the right reasons. And so I think that's such a great question. And I'm also looking at the people that are watching live with us right now, and there are a number of coaches on there. So what I'm going to say to you people is like, her membership is gold and it's totally worth your time. However, we're going to pull a card for you. And so this is the deck that I'm using. Can you see it with the
Oh,
light? It's the Angelic Light deck,
yes.
which is one of my first and one of my favorite. This thing lands every time. So I'm gonna put you down here where you can see my cards. Also, my T-shirt that says "Wild and Free." So we're just gonna do a
Yes.
little bit here. All right. So why are we doing this? There we go. And sometimes it's a little like Rain Man, but we're just gonna wait for one card to jump out at us. So for those of you that are listening when we just upload the podcast, know that this takes a second. Oh, do you see that? I think we have our card. Oh, girl, we know what it is. Hold on, I got to get my camera back right. She's Louise, that's better than it should be. Okay. So here's what she says. Can you see the unique well-being?
Oh, and it's a 16. Okay.
Yeah, 16, unique well-being. And so I have some thoughts around that. We're going to chat about this for a second. I mean, I think that what you are doing for everybody else, because you bring all of the modalities, just like I was talking about with myself, but you have more and strong, and you've been doing them for a very long time. And so what you are doing is very much what the world needs you to be doing, because the impact is so incredible. It's not just you're healing a person, you are working with healers who then go help other people. And so, I mean, the impact there could be millions and millions and millions of people. And so, what you are doing is incredible and will change the world. Will change the whole freaking world. But also, when you do that, when you are calling the right people into you, what is happening for you? You get that right back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
then builds the business, which then takes care of your family, which then feeds your soul, which then nourishes you, which then plays out over and over and over again in the cycles of the people that you are serving.
Wow.
How's that land?
That was amazing.
Does that, like, when you heard the card unique well-being, what did that mean to you?
Well, I went for the number.
Mhm.
I went for the 7, which is a very specific number
Mhm.
for me. Uh,
Yeah. And
it's
also she did 7 because it's the 1 and the 6 combined, right?
correct.
It's the
Yes.
sum of 1 and
And
6.
there are 7 people on here right now, and it is the
You
name
are
of my
right.
it's the name of my podcast, which is Calling You Higher. The
Yeah.
7 calls you higher. And what I would come across at what I like came up with was that number 1. And then unique wellness is that one of my mantras is that my wealth is my well-being. My well-being is my wealth. Without
Mm.
my well-being, without the well-being of this
Mhm.
without the well-being of this physical body, there is no physical body. There is no
Yeah.
business. There is no family. There is no whatever, right? Like it's me, my wealth is my well-being. My well-being is the most important thing to me.
So
And
true.
so then,
Yeah.
but what I loved the most about that is what you said, which was
Mm.
that when I work with healers, I am affecting potentially millions of
Yeah.
people
It's
because of the
magnified.
ripple effect and the mirroring effect, the magnifying effect. And I am a natural amplifier. That is my natural being,
Mm-hmm.
is an amplifier. I
Mm-hmm.
love what you said. I love that whole card. I got like so many down.
Uh, Yay! You can write that on a testimonial for your membership. We'll pull that down. Yeah, no, but I think that's absolutely right. Like that's exactly who you are and what you do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
I love it.
It is.
Let's pull out the book and see what I always like to just look at the book and see, because sometimes there's some language in here and I'm like, oh yeah, that's who. Let's see.
I always love to look
Okay.
at the book too, because
What
sometimes
is it that you need to be well?
I'm sorry.
Yep. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. So not only physically, but emotionally and mentally, that which suits the crowd might not work for you at all. You are guided to explore your options to find what works for your constitution, your body, and your mind at this time, knowing that your needs can change. Whew, you had a recent change, my friend. And then how do you know when you are emotionally healthy or psychologically balanced? Do certain relationships undermine your physical health or spiritual path? Which lifestyle or relationship choices enhance your well-being? You have enough self-esteem and enough self-love to make step-by-step changes to increase your happiness. Archangel Raphael wants this for you. There's something else I think to be said about this. Which lifestyle or relationship choices enhance your well-being? Because when you have a membership, sometimes that will light you up. And then other times, what I was saying earlier, it will suck the life out of you. You have to have the right people in there, and then you've got to have the right balance of people in there so that it does serve the way that you want it to, both you and them.
Yes,
Mm,
yes, absolutely.
I like that a lot.
Huge.
I had another thought around that too. What was it? I don't remember. I think too, there's something to be said about life cycles, right? So when we are in our life cycles, what is care for us right now changes on a daily basis or a weekly basis or a monthly basis. Like I was saying with menopause, it has changed my energy without a doubt. I gave you a heads up on one because you had a surgery that you've been pretty open about, right? Um,
Yes.
yeah. So I did the same thing 2 years ago. I had a hysterectomy, threw me into menopause. I was probably already in peri. It threw me into menopause, and I was not prepared for the response physically and mentally and emotionally from the entire thing. And so there was some impact there. And I was pretty open with you about like make sure that you know this is coming because who knew? Like just who knew? And then how you show up for the world changes.
It has changed how
Mhm.
I show up for the world in a really, really
Mhm.
excellent way, because it made me stop what I was doing and slow down and actually
Yes.
evaluate what my parameters were, what my boundaries were, and where my energy was best spent.
Hmm. So true. And also what we probably should be doing all the time, but we're also not very good at
So let's
it.
go to
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Anything else that I haven't asked you around confidence? Any thoughts that I think here's the other thing that we didn't talk about is performance. Most of us, women and men, we're performing. And so whether we are in a boardroom, whether we are with our family, whether we are just trying to navigate life, driving a car and trying not to run people off the road, we are performing. It happens, right? It's not just me. We're performing, and sometimes we really mean it. And we're just trying to get through the day. We're trying to hold our shit together. We're trying not to like be triggered as, every time somebody says something that we don't like or respond in ways that we think they meant something when maybe they meant it or maybe they didn't. And so any thoughts on how do we just get get out of our own way in terms of that performance and just be who we are meant to be?
God, do the inner work.
Mm,
Do that inner
yep,
landscaping, man. Like always go
yeah,
back within. My mantra
yep.
for all of the years, before I really had a lot of my shit figured out, which I'm not saying I have all my shit figured out, but
Mm,
I am doing much better than I used to. Is that get into alignment with you. And what do I mean by that? I mean, go
mm,
within. go within and
Yeah.
look at your fears and look at your triggers and ask yourself, why are you so triggered? Because guess what? It's all about you. Usually, right? It's usually all about the
Mhm.
person. If you're feeling
Yep.
triggered, that's about you. And so ask yourself some really, really pertinent questions. Get a great coach, a great therapist. Go
Yeah.
inside and pay attention and cultivate the shit out of your inner landscape, because it will start to show up on in your outer world. You will have less road
Yeah.
rage. You will have better relationships. Well, you will not all of the time, and you'll be like, cool.
Well,
I'm just going to go ahead and walk away
that's
from you
fine.
now and not
Mhm.
be on that path, right? Like I'm going to choose peace, and I'm not going to fight with you over this, whatever this thing
Mhm.
was that, normally would have drawn me into a drama triangle.
Oh, yeah, the drama triangle. Here's the thing that I have really found about, because I love everything that you just said, and I completely agree.
Yeah.
The thing that I have found is that from myself and then clients that I've worked with, is that it's fear of addressing the situation that is so much harder than actually healing what it is you had to walk through, like to get yourself into alignment, to do the things. It's not always easy. I'm not saying that it's rainbows and butterflies, but usually the denial and or the not like I need to analyze, I need to spend time here. This whole cycle that we work ourselves through, which is kind of back to circling the drain that I was talking about earlier, that is harder on us physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of it, than it is if we just face the damn thing and work through it.
That's why I like to Kali Ma everything. I like to Kali Ma everything, which is just look it in the face. Look it in the face and take ownership of like what your part is. And I'm not saying all of this is easy. I agree with you. Otherwise we'd all be like rainbow
Right. Woo!
right? But like I do think that you're right, that once you start to once you stop avoiding everything and you actually start to pay attention and start to look at what it is that's bugging you, it really is easier than you think, and it changes faster than you think.
Yes. And if it scares the crap out of you, it's time to address it. Like it's time.
Totally.
You can't keep the more time you spend avoiding it, or I always say I used to wear a crown of denial all the time. The more time you spend there, the more out of alignment you get, which means you go further the opposite direction. You don't stay. It's not linear. You don't stay there. You're going the opposite direction. And then it's more work to get back. And so it's easier. Exactly what you're saying. It's just easier to face it and work through it. Yeah.
And your people will change too. Like you can't change people.
Yes.
You start to do your own stuff, and they change because they have permission to change. My relationship has never been better. My relationships have never been better because of the work I have done.
Absolutely the same.
I mean, it's a miracle and wonderful. It's so good. Everyone should do it.
One of the things you called me out on in our original reading was that I'm an overgiver and I give and I give and I give, but I do it with resentment. And I was like, no, oh shit, I do.
No, not me.
And so my relationships did change because I set some boundaries. I didn't necessarily go out and make announcements about those boundaries, but I started behaving a little bit differently and I changed the expectations around me and they came along. I wasn't sure everybody was coming, but they did. And most of those relationships are 100% better for me. I think they are for them too, but definitely for me than they had been before. So that alone was amazing.
Amazing. I mean, boundaries are not always convenient for everyone else.
No, they are not. They are not. But also talk about a confidence builder is to be able to set a boundary and stand in it and feel good about it and know that you are doing the right thing for you and everybody else. You're not coming at this hot and crazy, but when you are standing in it for the or for the good of both of you, an absolute confidence builder.
Oh, it's such a huge confidence builder. Somebody that I know once upon a time, and I feel like you may have said this too, is that I used to always think boundaries was like, this thing I had to build around myself. And I now feel like I stand, and you just kind of said this, as the boundary. I am the boundary.
Yep.
And I get to choose what's right for me and what's best for me. And then if people don't respect that, that's about them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And you'll find, like, some people will fall off. That's okay. That has
Yeah.
happened to me. I've lost some people that I've had in my life for a very long time. But in the long run, it's not that bad. And new people have been called in. And so that's okay. Maybe they'll be back. Maybe they'll do some work and then they'll end up back. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that for all of us.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. We are coming up on time. Jen, I so appreciate that you spent some time with us tonight. I'm going to say to everybody that's on this call, being in her membership and having done some work with her has changed my trajectory. It has opened things up for me in a way that I never expected. And so I absolutely encourage you to look her up. Jen, where can they find you?
We can find me at jenkohler.com. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me right here on Substack if you're on Substack. I'm like in all the places. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. Like, I just come find me. Okay. I have a free
and always
called the Abundant Healers Collective. It is on Facebook, and that is a free place to come and find me. And when it's not summer, I do a lot more in there.
Yeah. Well, and also master classes around numerology and the energy and everything. Like, is it mostly monthly? You've got
I do
master classes that
monthly
are
master
just
classes.
fun. Yeah, they're fun. They're informational. They're just a really cool place to hang out. Some of us are in there that are just really fun to hang out with.
I love to build community.
Yeah, me too. And I love your community. Okay. Thank you again. Thank you so much. I really appreciated your time tonight. Everybody reach out. I will put some, when I upload this as a podcast, I'll put all of the links in the notes so you will be able to find them.
Sounds good.
All right. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Jen said something that I want to leave you with. She said, I am the boundary. That's the whole thing. I am the boundary. Not something you build around yourself, something you stand in. You get to choose what's right for you. And if people don't respect that, then that's about them. That's the whole thing. That's confidence, not performing certainty, being sold on you. If you would like to work with Jen, you can find her at jenkohler.com or in her free Abundant Healers Collective on Facebook. And if you are still sitting there telling yourself that you will get to your own reset later is not a plan, my friend. $7, 3 minutes at www.drtanyab.com/check-in. That is the whole ask. Go do it today. I love you. See you next week.